On the last part, we set up for the fight between Gogeta and Frieza. Gohan is shocked at the speed Gogeta is blitzing Frieza with, as he can barely see Gogeta's movements at all. Gogeta delivers a devastating gut punch on Frieza, making him spit blood for the first time in his life. As Frieza spits up blood, he can't help but wonder how such an inferior race is able to best him in combat, let alone even do damage to him. Gogeta is furious as he finally gets a chance to get revenge for his people and countless other civilizations that were under Frieza's rule. With two punches filled with energy, Gogeta launches Frieza into the air with a meteor-sized explosion, engulfing Frieza, sending him back to the floor barely able to move. Since this is Gogeta and not Goku, he does not hesitate to charge a full power Kamehameha, completely erasing the Emperor. Seeing that the battle is finally over, Dende and Gohan rejoice, jumping around happily as Gogeta defuses in the background. With Goku and Vegeta descending back down, Dende tells the group to follow him. He wants them to meet the Grand Elder of their people. Goku asks Dende why, with Dende just replying he has a reward for them. As the group sees no harm in doing so, they fly off behind the young Namekian. The group asks Dende whether or not they have Dragon Balls, as Dende replies yes they do. That's why Frieza was going around terrorizing the villages in the first place. Dende mentions to the group that they were lucky to show up when they did. Frieza had already destroyed one village before the one they arrived at, but luckily that village did not protect the Dragon Ball. The group arrive at the Grand Elder's home, with Dende bowing as the Grand Elder welcomes them. The group notice a Namekian who bears a striking resemblance to Piccolo at the Grand Elder's side. As a reward, the Grand Elder would like to unlock the warrior's latent potential. Gohan and Vegeta eagerly accept, but Goku is hesitant to receive a power that was given to him rather than earned, but he doesn't want his son and Vegeta to be leagues ahead of him, so he takes the boost. As Vegeta steps up first, his power level will jump to 10 million, shocking the prince as he's never felt such power before. Next up is Goku, who stands there stoically accepting the power up. His power level will jump to 15 million, not as happy as Vegeta because he didn't earn that power the hard way. And last but definitely not least, Gohan's power level shoots up to a whopping 20 million, the boy utterly shocked that his power far exceeds both his predecessors. Gohan would power up into his Ikari form, shocking both Goku and Vegeta as he's stronger than Goku was in Super Saiyan just a little while ago. Powering down, Gohan thanks the Elder formally, with Goku asking about the Dragon Balls. Guru decides to read Goku's mind and see if his intentions are pure. While reading Goku's mind, he comes to the conclusion that the young Saiyan is honest in his agenda. Telling the group he summoned for the Dragon Balls as soon as Frieza was defeated, he mentions that he will revive the people that perished at Frieza's hand first. Afterwards, the group may use them however they please. Goku asks how long will these Dragon Balls take before a second wish can be made, with Guru responding immediately. The balls are capable of making 3 wishes per summoning of Purunga. Goku and Gohan are shocked as they both respond, 3? Our Dragon Balls on Earth could only grant 1 at a time. Guru mentioned that the Namekian on his home planet must not be at his full strength, because any Namekian in the Dragon Clan is capable of upgrading their set over time. Goku replies that before he was born, Kami split himself with its evil side, with the evil side being more of a fighter than a magician like him. Guru says that the 3rd wish should be used to unlock Kami's latent potential, as he will become stronger than ever, with the group agreeing since they had nothing else in mind. Vegeta has been on Earth for a while now, so he's warming up to the group. No thoughts of immortality or any selfish wishes cross his mind. He just wants to grow without being left behind by Goku. With the Dragon Balls gathered, the group makes their wishes after the Namekians revive their kin, with Purunga stating that he threw in a bit extra for Kami. Back on Earth, Kami feels strange as if all of his vital energy is suddenly rejuvenating, with all of his wrinkles disappearing and him growing slightly taller as he notices that he feels younger again, with Mr. Popo describing his youthful appearance. Immediately after, he starts to feel an eruption inside himself. Overflowing with energy, the young Kami is now a tinted yellow instead of pure green. Kami is utterly shocked at the sudden burst of energy, overstimulated to an extent. Back on Namek, the group thanks Guru for his support and efforts, bidding the Namekians farewell. As the group gets back in the ship and leaves, Vegeta questions Goku about the fusion dance, asking if there are any ways to improve on the technique as he notices they defuse rather quickly. Goku mentions that the 2 aliens who taught him the technique mentioned that what he learned was only like the stepping stone of the true potential of fusion. Vegeta, intrigued, continues listening. They told me that when I was ready I could visit their homeworld, telling me that if I told their people they sent me, they would teach me the secrets to fusion. Vegeta asks Goku where their planet is located. Goku, with a dumbfounded look, just replies that he forgot to ask the Metamorans, mentioning that he could ask King Kai to find the planet for them. Suddenly, King Kai butts in, mentioning that he's been listening to the whole conversation and is already searching as they speak. Vegeta is alerted, not taking kindly to the Kai's eavesdropping on their personal life, telling him to stay out of his head without his permission. Within a minute, King Kai announces that he's found the location, assuring Goku that this is the home planet of the Metamorans. This gives the group enough time to figure out what form that was that Goku tapped into when fighting Frieza. Goku explains to the group that it wasn't something he was trying to do, it was more like a reflex. When he thought Gohan died, he became so angry that he couldn't think straight. All he knew was that Frieza had to pay for what he'd done. Vegeta explained that he thinks it was the Super Saiyan transformation of Legend, mentioned that it must be triggered through sheer emotion and not achieved through training. Goku mentions how Gohan seemed to have done something similar when fighting Gogeta before they got to Namek, so it must not be exclusive to himself. Vegeta butts in saying how when Gohan transformed, he turned like a lime greenish color, not yellow like Goku did, with Goku mentioning it must have something to do with the Grade 8 form Gohan was in at the time of him transforming. 2 weeks pass and the Saiyans arrive on planet Metamora, with what seems like an army waiting for them to get off the ship. The Elite Guard asks who these people are and if they're with the Emperor who sent troops to attack them. The group asks if the guard is talking about Frieza, as the guard confirms that one of the soldiers that attacked mentioned that name. Goku is relieved to tell them that they're the ones who defeated Frieza and have come here for a different purpose. The guard asks the group their names and their purpose for coming to their planet suddenly and unannounced. Goku tells the guard that he was sent here by a pair of Metamorans named Toy and La, claiming that they said to come here to learn of their people's technique. The guard is skeptical of Goku's claims, stating that Toy and La died fighting the soldiers from the invasion and have been dead for over a year. That's when Goku mentions that he met them in the afterlife. They trained together and he befriended the duo and they taught him the art of fusion. To prove it, Goku tells Vegeta to fuse with him, with Vegeta getting into position. After fusing, the Elite Guard and the rest of the army are shocked, speechless to see an outsider knowing of their most secret technique. The guard finally believes the group's claims, stating that they're only using the infant stage of fusion, something Toy and La only knew because of their rank. Gogeta asks about the upgrades to the fusion dance they already know, with the guard saying they must be deemed worthy by the Elder before learning any more of these people's secrets. The fusion remarks that they are ready to meet him, with the guard leading them along. As they fly away, the army can only stare at the fusion who's wearing the garments of their people. As they get to the palace, Gogeta walks in with confidence as they approach the Elder Metamoran, introducing himself just before he defuses. The two Saiyans introduce themselves, Vegeta bowing but Goku oblivious to his position as always. The Elder notices the two on Fuse and is intrigued, questioning their knowledge of the fusion dance. The Elite Guard begins to explain everything, with the Elder coming to a sudden conclusion. He blesses the three Saiyans, saying that they are worthy to learn the arts of fusion, mentioning that it won't be an easy task. The group stands there excited to learn their new techniques. The Elder interrupts, telling them to understand the ways of fusion deeper, they must learn a different skill as a prerequisite, spirit control. The group looks dumbfounded as they repeat, spirit control? Yes, the Elder replies. This is a technique taught by one of our friend species called the Yardrats. They would be more than welcome to help some fine warriors as yourself. Vegeta is familiar with the Yardrats, mentioning that they are known for having unique techniques in battle rather than raw strength, with him being intrigued to actually learn some new things. Goku is upset that they won't be training to get stronger, but Gohan tells him to keep an open mind, since part of becoming a better fighter isn't just improving your raw strength. As Goku agrees with Gohan, he realizes that he's getting older and wiser as a warrior, and Goku can't help but just smile. The Elder gives them the location of the planet and tells them to let the Yardrats know that he sent them there. The Saiyans take off in search of Yardrat, with the group getting back to their training. Goku and Vegeta fuse into Gogeta, challenging Gohan. Another week passes and the Saiyans land on planet Yardrat. With them getting out not knowing where to start, a group of small blue aliens approach them. The group is curious about the strange creatures. The blue creatures introduce themselves as Yardrats, with Goku complaining that they don't seem strong at all. The group of blue aliens all join into one body, creating a slightly larger copy of the bunch, with the group all shocked to see this happen. The Yardrat explains that while weak in power, their abilities more than make up for it, with the alien growing to the size of a great ape. The group are all shocked again, noting that the Yardrat seems a lot scarier now. The Yardrat asks what is their purpose for coming to Yardrat, with the group explaining that the Metamoran sent them, which piques the Yardrat's interest. So you guys must be here to learn spirit control then, right? with the group confirming the Yardrat's assumptions. "We must go to the Elder," says the Yardrat as he flies off with the Saiyans in tow. The group arrives to the Elder's palace with them meeting a giant Yardrat inside. "My name is Paibara." And with that, we'll end off there. So what did you guys think? What do you think will happen in the next part? Let me know with your comments and suggestions down below.